Hey, Kim. Sarah is about to start working. We're going to be empty nesters soon.
Yeah, I'm glad Sarah has grown up so much. I feel like I've done my part as a parent.
Yeah, you're right. It means we'll have more time for us from now on.
Yeah, more time for the two of us. What do you have planned?
Well, I have a lot on my mind. Think about it. Once Sarah is independent, our lives will enter a new stage. It's time to seriously rethink how we're going to live our lives and what we value. We've been fulfilling our responsibilities as parents for a long time. Now it's time for us to have some time for ourselves, right? I'm thinking about our future. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to spend our time so that we can have more freedom and more fulfillment.
What are you thinking about? Want to tell me?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you soon enough. You know, this might surprise you. We're going to build a new life together and rethink what's really important to us. For example, what would it take for us to live a more free life? How should we pursue our own happiness? I can't tell you yet, but I'm exploring all kinds of possibilities.
I'm curious what you're thinking about.
Well, don't be so hasty. My ideas are important, and I'm sure you'll understand. I just can't tell you right now. I need time to think about what kind of life we're going to lead. What's important is that we think together about what kind of future we want and what we need to do to achieve it. So just give me a little more time. I'll tell you everything soon. Just bear with me until then.
But I'm curious. I'm a bit worried, to be honest.
I'll tell you everything soon, you'll see.
What's that? Is it good? Bad?
Good or bad, it's up to you.
What do you mean?
You'll find out. I just want you to be prepared.
If it's so important, you better tell me soon. Is there a problem?
Well, in a way, it might be a problem, but it's necessary for the rest of our lives.
Necessary? I really don't understand. Please, just give me a few more hints.
Hints? Well, let me just say this. Big changes are coming for you and for me.
Big changes? Is that a good thing? Is it bad?
I told you it's up to you, didn't I? Well, look forward to it. Did Sarah's induction ceremony go well?
Yeah, I think it went off without a hitch. She said she was so nervous.
Well, Kim, I need to talk to you.
Scott, that paper you just handed me, you don't really mean it.
I said I've been thinking about it for a while. Don't tear it up in anger.
Divorce papers. Your name's written all over them. So this is what you want. You just came home, shoved the divorce papers in my face and left right away.
That's how I feel.
Huh? You decided to tell me online instead of in person? Okay, I hear you.
Divorce me. Let me go already.
What do you mean, let me go? Have I been holding you back that much?
Sarah will be working starting today. That means I've done my parental duty. When I thought about the fact that from now on, I'll be working just to support you in your old age, I felt empty about my future. Our child has left the nest, so you're out too.
You'll grow old too, you know. Isn't that the same thing?
I'm talking about you. For the record, the thought of living alone with an aging wife has made me depressed. I want to be free. I want to be free of my obligations as a parent and a husband. I'm ready for a divorce.
So you're saying that since Sarah left, I should quit being a mother and disappear from your life? You don't need me anymore, right? You want to be free, and I'm in the way. That I'm no longer family, that I'm just a burden. You want our relationship as husband and wife to end when we are done being parents. I understand exactly what you mean. I don't want to be a burden to you either.
That's right. I'm not interested in some useless old hag anymore.
Yeah, you said something about a young pretty girl at work. But you're definitely mistaken. And why don't you think about the trouble you're causing her?
I'm not thinking of doing anything with the girl.
Really?
Just sign the divorce papers and leave.
Okay, I get it. Actually, I've been thinking about getting a divorce because I don't like that about you either.
What?
The movers are already here.
Huh? What do you mean?
While I was on this line, I got a call from the movers saying they'll be here soon. They'll charge a late night surcharge, but they're willing to move at night. I wanted to move quickly, so I requested this time.
Huh?
Thank you for everything you've done for me.
You mean you were ready to leave?
Yeah, and thanks for the divorce papers. Saves me the trouble of having to prepare them myself. I'll take them to the night clerk's office tonight.
Hey, wait.
Oh yeah, I should tell you this too.
What?
This house is going to be demolished.
What? What are you talking about? I'm the landlord. You can't do that without telling me.
What are you talking about? The landlord is my brother-in-law.
What?
He said he'd rather have the house empty after 30 years abroad. We were allowed to live there for a really cheap rent. My sister's family is finishing their overseas assignment and returning to the US. Since the house is old and in bad shape, they decided to rebuild it and live in it. So the lease expires at the end of next month.
What the hell is that?
That's why the movers are already here. So I'll see you later.
Hey, what's going on? Hey!
Mom, the welcome party is over. I'm getting in a cab and heading to the new place now. Hi, Sarah. It's getting late, so be careful. Make sure you tell the cab driver the address. Thanks. Oh, by the way, it seems Dad called a lot during the welcome party. The number of incoming calls was crazy. And you didn't answer? Yeah, I was so caught up in talking with my boss, I didn't even notice. And then there was a line at the end. The content is hilarious. Your mom left me. She's going to divorce me. Please help me, you know? Dads are really funny. What did you do? Oh, please. You were the one who handed over the divorce papers. Seriously, unbelievable. It's as if you don't understand the consequences of your actions. It's true, isn't it? Anyway, I've already read through it. You would be better off that way, wouldn't you? Definitely. By the way, I've already filed the divorce papers at the night counter of the courthouse. You don't have to worry anymore. Yes, I know. You're really good at this, Mom. You're so solid at times like this. Okay, I'll do the minimal unpacking. I'm gonna go unpack and try to get settled in a little bit. You've already finished moving all your stuff? That's great, Mom. Yes, I did. I've pared down my stuff as much as possible, and it's only a 15-minute drive from my old house, so it went faster than I thought it would. I see. Well, that's a relief. I can't believe you moved so quickly. You really planned it out. Thank you. Preparation is the key, isn't it? It's important to plan well in order to start a new life. I see. I'll see you later. Let me know if you need anything else. Okay, take care. Call me when you get there safely. And if you're hungry, grab a bite to eat before you come back. I'll see you later. Take it easy, Mom.
Hey, Kim, where are you?
It's been a month. What do you want?
I gave you my new address.
Oh yeah, you did. I was wondering what you were up to. So?
Why don't you come do my chores?
Housework? Whose housework?
You're gonna do my housework. Housework is a woman's job. My mom is in a nursing home, so you're the one who has to do it.
I don't understand. What do you mean? I'm divorced. It's not my duty anymore.
You're such a jerk. You've been with me for 30 years, listening to my complaints. But the moment we get divorced, you forget everything. I'll teach you discipline again, so come back every day starting tomorrow.
Are you okay?
What?
Why do you expect me to do your chores now that we're divorced? We're done. It's ridiculous for me to clean your house or cook for you. I have no obligation to you anymore, and there's no reason for me to do someone else's housework. How can you think such an insane thing?
What?
I think it's extremely rude to discipline someone. Do you even know what you're talking about? Besides, we were both working, and you were always complaining that I had to do all the housework and take care of our child. You've done nothing but complain. You don't help me with anything. You just sit there and tell me what to do. What do you have to say to me now? I can't believe you would say that to me when you're the one who is so useless.
Who's useless? I'm telling you that housework is a woman's job.
But you wouldn't ask someone else to do the housework, would you?
But you were my wife.
Was. I mean, I'm your ex-wife now. We're divorced. We're strangers. It's the job of a housekeeping service or a housekeeper to do someone else's housework, isn't it? I am not your housekeeper, and I have absolutely no desire or obligation to do your housework for you. What makes you think I would ever clean or cook for you? That's really incredibly self-centered of you.
Still, you should fulfill your obligations to me. We've been husband and wife for a very long time. You can't simply end it.
How can you be so unreasonable? You wanted this divorce. It's none of my business anymore. You're on your own.
That's enough. Then I'll just ask Sarah to do it. If I tell her I'm her father and she can learn how to be a bride, she'll jump at the chance.
I don't think that's possible. Sarah will not agree with you. She has more important things to do with her life.
You'll see. She'll listen to me. Unlike you, she's still young. She'll understand.
You really think so? I don't think so, but well, good luck. I can't wait to see how Sarah responds.
Sarah, I need a favor.
Sorry, can't do it.
I haven't said anything yet.
You're just going to say, "You're my daughter. Come do chores for your father anyway, right?" Can't do that. I have my own life, and I don't have time or room for this. Dad, you're an adult. You can take care of yourself. I'm not your housekeeper.
Why not? Since your mother's not here, you have to do the housework. You're my daughter.
Why don't you do it yourself, Dad?
No, housework is a woman's job. Don't talk back like that. You need to learn housework now so that your husband won't be appalled when you get married someday.
I can do house chores without you telling me.
Oh, I see. Then there's no problem if I ask you to do the chores tomorrow.
That's why I said no. Did you forget that I'm working now?
All you have to do is drop by after work and do a little housework. And where I live now is a small apartment, so cleaning should be easy. And all you have to do is prepare meals for one person. And it's supposed to be easier than the house we used to live in.
If you think it's easy, you could do it yourself. Either way, it's physically impossible for me.
Physically?
I'm about to finish my training for new employees at the company. I've been assigned to a branch office in another part of the country.
What? I thought you started living alone in an apartment near the company.
The company had prepared that place for employee training. It's a kind of accommodation until the company decides where you'll be assigned.
You mean you're moving farther away than you are now?
That's what I mean. By the way, I'm taking Mom, who was temporarily living in a monthly apartment with me too.
Huh? Why are you bringing your mother along?
Well, Mom can do remote work, and since I'm single now, I don't have to be picky about where to live. So when it comes to moving, I'm pretty flexible.
Oh no. But that doesn't mean you have to take her with you.
The main reason is, I don't want to deal with someone pushing me to train to be a bride just to get a free housekeeper. Talk about being persistent and annoying.
No, that's not.
I'm correct, right?
No.
Anyway, we have nothing to do with you anymore. Especially you who did not know how to appreciate someone who did the housework for you. I'm sure Mom and I will never contact you again.
Sarah, could you at least clean up my room now? I don't know how to take out the trash. It's so messy, you can't even see the floor.
Why don't you just drown in a sea of mess for the rest of your life? Good luck!
Kim, I want to talk to you again.
What now? I have nothing more to say to you, though.
I'm really sorry. I was so mad at the time. Can you forgive me?
You're sorry? You think that makes me forgive you?
Kim, please. I need you.
Need me? Do you mean as a housekeeper? You mean you want me to do all the housework again and take care of you? You only need me to make your life easier? I can't believe you.
No, I don't mean that. But I really don't want to be without you. I can't imagine my life without you. Without you, the house is just an empty box. Your presence makes the house truly a home. I finally realize how much I depend on you. Please, just give me another chance.
Oh, it's you who's in trouble, isn't it? I'm not in trouble at all. In fact, I'm much happier and freer without you. I can finally have some time to myself and live for myself. I don't have to worry about you, and I don't have to do chores for you. So it's not like I'm in trouble.
Don't be so cold. We have a history. Let's start over. I was wrong. I finally realize how much you mean to me, so give me another chance. I'm sure we can do better this time. Please, Kim.
Try again? What are you talking about? Have you forgotten everything that happened?
I haven't forgotten, so please, forgive me.
Then I have one question. What were you doing when I was doing all the housework?
I was busy with work.
Busy with work? And you took it for granted that I would do all the housework and childcare by myself?
No, I didn't. I was wrong.
You finally realized that, but it's too late.
I'll do anything. Please, give me another chance.
Anything? Well, then you're going to have to cook, clean, and wash your own clothes every day from now on.
That's impossible.
Right? That's why it's impossible. If you want me to forgive you, tell me when you can take care of yourself first.
Oh no, Kim, I really beg you.
No, I can't. I don't expect anything from you anymore, and I don't want anything to do with you.
Don't say that.
You're not a child. You can take care of yourself. I don't care about you anymore.
Kim, please.
It's over. I have nothing more to say to you. Goodbye.
Oh, wait, Kim.
After the divorce, Scott struggled to do the housework by himself. He doesn't know the rules of taking out the trash, and his room is a mess. At work, he continues to make mistakes and is severely reprimanded by his boss. In addition, he has been pestering a young female employee and is on the verge of being accused of sexual harassment. As a result, he became isolated at work. His friends left him, and he led a lonely life. He eventually lost his job and is now living alone in a lonely apartment. I, on the other hand, continue to work from home and enjoy living alone. I spend my days enjoying my free time, traveling and hobbies. Sarah is also building her career at her new job. She seems to be spending fulfilling days while maintaining a good balance between work and private life.
Hey Laura, what do you think you're doing? I heard you didn't see him off again today. You weren't sleeping when your husband was preparing to go for work, were you? You've been treating him so badly, but you're still his wife, even though you are unbelievably lazy wife. This can't be happening. My son doesn't need a lazy wife like you. You two should get a divorce. Hello, Bellatrix. That's not true. Today, Andrew went for work very early. He left at around 5 a.m., which is much earlier than usual. He said that I don't have to get up early for him. Just because I couldn't send him off to work doesn't mean that I don't see him off every day. So are you saying that Andrew told you to stay in bed and you didn't send him off just because it was too early for you? That's an excuse? You are spoiled and lazy. You know what? If you were born in the same year as I was, you'd be divorced by now. I won't spoil you. I'll keep an eye on you. As my son's wife, you'd better behave. I won't allow Andrew to take pity on you. Julie understood. By the way, Bellatrix, how did you know the time Andrew left for work? Such a silly question. I've been talking with him by WhatsApp every day since 5 a.m. Didn't you notice that? So I know when he goes, what time he leaves the house. I know everything. I know everything about my son. You're using WhatsApp? I didn't know about that. You texted Andrew that early every day? Do you have any idea how busy he is every morning before work? What are you talking about? Oh, are you jealous? It's just a message. You can look at it quickly and reply within an hour. You don't even know that? You're way behind me. Within an hour. Do you even set a time limit for Andrew to reply? I didn't know about that. I'm not surprised at all. This is our family rule. This rule is not new. It's been in place since the day he got his phone. You are his wife, so you must remember that rule. If you don't, we won't tolerate that. Do I have to obey the same rule too? Okay then, I'll try my best. Oh, you only have 10 minutes, not an hour to reply. It's easy, right? You're just lounging around anyway. Reply within 10 minutes. There's no way you need an hour to do that. What? 10 minutes? I'm busy too. Isn't it obvious? Stop messing around with me. You're my son's wife. I'll train you to be a better wife. If you can't do that, you must divorce my son. I don't want my son to stay married with a wife who can't even keep her promises. Oh no. I can't do it every time since I'm not holding my cell phone all day and all night. I won't accept any excuses. This is my decision as Andrew's mother. Also, make sure you send Andrew off properly tomorrow. Do not use his early work hours as an excuse. Do I make myself clear? Moreover, you must come to my house this evening. This evening? Excuse me, Bellatrix. I have an appointment to take Ginny to the otolaryngology this evening. That's not so hard. Just take her to the otolaryngology and then come over to my house. It's not that difficult. You're just making excuses again. But I can't leave her inside the house by herself. She's only 5, and she needs me to stay with her. She'll be fine. She's a big-hearted girl like you. She'll flatter the adults around her and do something about it. Besides, girls grow up on their own, even if you leave them alone. I told you, didn't I? I'm a firm believer in what I say. Be sure to come here in the evening. Do you understand me? I'll have Andrew to divorce you if you don't listen to my orders. If you want to stay married to my son, then do as I say. Okay, I'll make it work. I'll be there on time this evening. You should have said that in the beginning. You're a real pain in the ass, you know that? You're also not a pretty wife. I wonder what did Andrew like about you? Nothing good at all. Hey, I heard you. What are you doing? I heard you made Andrew pick up your daughter from the otolaryngology, didn't you? You shouldn't have done that. He's tired from work, and you're such a terrible wife to have made him pick up your daughter. I can't believe mothers today can't even take care of their own daughters. You're just taking advantage of Andrew to do things on behalf of you. This is unforgivable. You said that your orders are absolute, so I obeyed what you said yesterday. I went to your house to clean up and pick up the food you made for Andrew, didn't I? Don't you dare to talk back to me like that. You're just treating Andrew as if he were some sort of servant. You're just not good at what you do. I'm not treating Andrew like a servant. Ginny is also his child. It's normal for a married couple to take care of their child together. It can be hard for parents at times, but isn't it fun to raise a child together like that? When I asked Andrew to take care of our daughter, he looked very excited and said he was happy to do that. He laughed and said it was the first time he was accompanying Ginny to the hospital, and he also seemed to be enjoying it too. You think he said that seriously? You're such a silly girl. He was just trying to impress you. He couldn't say no because he was afraid of you, the mean wife. You should at least understand that. You can't understand people's feelings, can you? You're pathetic. The mean wife? Did Andrew say so? He's a very nice boy, unlike you. He's sensitive, so even if he thinks about something, there's no way he'd say it. He won't say how he truly feels, and I'm sure about that. I'm his mother. I know everything. I can tell by his words and the tone of his voice that he doesn't like it. His voice? Did you talk to him directly? You said that you were only texting him by WhatsApp, weren't you? Yes, we've been texting each other. He's busy, so I didn't call him. Unlike you, I care about my son. He's too busy to pick up the phone when I call him. You didn't hear his voice, did you? You said something about words, tone of voice. Shut up! I don't have to hear his voice, but I can get sense how Andrew feels just by reading his messages. Unlike you, I'm his mother. Our hearts are connected to each other. I see. But this time, we did it after discussing it between the two of us as a married couple, and Andrew enjoyed it. So it's already resolved. I thought it was fine since I didn't bother you. Jeez, that's not the issue. You should use your head and think more. If you are a wife, you shouldn't bother your husband. It's something you have to manage on your own. You're depending on your husband for everything. When I was young, I didn't let my husband do anything. We can't let that man bother us, isn't that right? That's what I call supporting my husband. You should learn more from me. Do you know what I mean? Don't make me say the same thing every time I talk to you. Yes, I'll try to work harder. Do you really understand? You're just trying to run away from problems, aren't you? I'll have to talk with Andrew more about this and have him dump you. I can see right through you. Laura, I'm so sorry for your loss. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. I had no idea your father had been ill for so many years. I'm sorry that I didn't notice. Thank you for your concern, Bellatrix. About my father, I didn't tell people that he was sick because he wanted to keep that as a secret. The home care nurse took a good care of him when he was still alive. My father trusts her a lot, and so do I. She's been a great help to us. Well, glad to hear that. I'm sure your father didn't want you to worry about him. He's a very kind man. I'd do the same thing if I were him. I don't want to cause trouble for my son. I want him to always have a smile on his face. So don't beat yourself up, okay? You did a great job. Oh, Bellatrix, thank you very much. I feel much better now that you say that. I haven't been able to go home often, and I haven't been able to let my father see Ginny at all. It's been so hard, and I thought there was something more I could have done for him. It's okay. Your father doesn't blame you for what happened to him. On the contrary, I'm sure he cared for you very much. You are his precious daughter, aren't you? Yes, you're right. I was raised by a very kind father. That's why he left his legacy, didn't he? Legacy? What are you talking about? Well, the big house, the magnificent vase of flowers in the room during the funeral, also your father's expensive wristwatch, and there was even a large painting. All of those are luxury brand items, aren't they? All of them belong to you, right? You don't have any siblings, and your relatives are estranged. You're the only daughter, so you're going to inherit all of them. Am I right? Well, yes, but they're all mementos of my father. Why did you ask that? It's nothing. I was just checking. Anyway, why don't you get some rest? I think you need some time to rest both mentally and physically. You can leave the rest to me. I'll take care of your parents' house for you. As you know, I'm good at organizing and cleaning. No, I can't let you do that. I know it takes time, but I'll do it by myself, on my own pace. No need to hesitate, Laura. I'm the only one who can help you now. In times like this, you should let me help you. You can count on me since I'm your mother-in-law. No, but there may be things I think are important, and I'm sure that it's difficult for you to choose between them. I told you, from now on, I'm your mother, so leave it to me. I'll make sure to distinguish between important things and things to throw away. No, that's fine, really. Please kindly leave me alone. Bellatrix, are you listening to me? Bellatrix, I'm surprised to hear that you brought a person from the real estate agent to my parents' house. What in the world are you gonna do with that house? You can't do whatever you want without permission. Laura, I've been dreaming about this for a long time. I was going to proceed secretly, but... Dream? A new family house! Oops! I should have kept this as a secret. What do you mean? When my son got married, I'll live together with him and his wife. Then, his wife will take care of all the house chores. I'll be free from the duty of taking care of my husband, and I'll hang out with some friends to sing, which is my hobby. And when I come home, my favorite meal is ready, and I can take a bath whenever I want. I've been dreaming about that since a long time ago. Wouldn't that be wonderful? That's the best part of having a daughter-in-law. You're not going to do that in my father's house, are you? Oh, no, I wouldn't do it in that house. I'm very picky about my tastes, you know. I want a Western-looking house, which is quite popular recently. I don't want to live in your parents' old-fashioned house. Well, I do like the size of it anyway. Old-fashioned house? How rude. It's a beautiful historic house. That house was inherited by my father from my grandfather. But it's your house now, isn't it? Well, I'm the owner now. Right? Gosh, I wonder how hard it is to explain things to you. I was trying to say that I own that house. I beg your pardon? Stop kidding me. Of course it's not your house. Because what belongs to the wife of my son belongs to his family. It's obvious. I will decide what I want to do with that house, and you have no choice. Do you really think you're allowed to be selfish like that? I won't allow that to happen. Then you must divorce my son. Seriously? If you won't give me the house, then divorce Andrew. I don't want him to stay married to such an uncaring wife. I went to the trouble of giving you the chance for filial piety, and you want to pass up that chance? Filial piety? That's right. You don't have parents or relatives anymore, do you? You don't even have a home to go back to. I'm saying that I'll create a home for you to go back to, and I'll be your parent. And I'm giving you the chance for filial piety. You should be so grateful that I care for you that much. Oh dear, you were kind enough to talk to me and Jenny just because you wanted to make some investigation of my parents' house? Of course not! I did it because I sincerely wanted to support you, you know. I felt sorry for Andrew if you guys are depressed. Oh, and I went looking for the deed of the house, but it wasn't at your place. The deed? So that's why you went to my father's house, didn't you? Well, yes, of course. Giving that house to me is your first act of filial piety. So please give me the deed of that house or change the owner's name to me as soon as possible. Well, even if you don't want to do that, I can ask Andrew to destroy the house. I've told you that you have no right to choose, haven't I? I can't believe it. It's insane. Just because you don't like me, you even tried to take the inheritance from my father? I don't think a person with kindness will do such a thing. And you're trying to use my inheritance for your own desires? Please leave my father's belongings and the house alone. You can say whatever you want. I'm not listening to you. I'm going to turn that house into a duplex. That's what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, and you'd better sell or throw away everything in that house as soon as possible. You won't need those in the new house. Well, I'll give you 2 months to clean up and do the paperwork. Just get it over with. And when you're done, let me know at your earliest convenience. I'm bringing in the person from a real estate agent that I'm familiar with, and I've already talked to him. See you later. What's going on? Why is there a stranger living in that house? I didn't hear anything about that. I thought you cleared out your house. My dream of having a duplex is falling apart because of a stranger. What the hell did you do? Give me an explanation that makes sense. I went over there to help clean the house, and there was a stranger in the house. They even changed the locks in the house so I couldn't get in. There were many security cameras at the house too. Who are those people? Do you know them? Bellatrix, the truth is, the house is no longer mine. Huh? What are you talking about? Who's going to believe that nonsense? That house was your father's legacy. It's important to you, right? You gave it away to strangers just like that? You were always complaining to me whenever I told you that I want to do something with that house, weren't you? I didn't give it away. I gave them the house as a token of my gratitude to my father's former home care nurse and her family. A home care nurse and her family? Why? Were you threatened? They are strangers. Are you out of your mind to give the house to strangers? I can't believe it. Why did you do that? The house should have been mine. It was never yours from the start. Are you sure you understood what I've told you before? I don't remember giving it to you. I had no intention of giving it to you from the beginning. Besides, that house is not an inheritance from my father. He gave it to me when I was still alive. When did he give it to you? Does that mean that the house has been yours for a long time? Oh my God! That means you could have built a duplex much earlier. How could you keep such an important thing as a secret from me? Did you do it on purpose? Tell me quickly. You are my son's wife, so I'm in charge of managing your property. I can't believe you kept such an important thing from me and Andrew. You two really should have a divorce. I don't trust a person like you. I can't stand the thought of living with a liar like you. Divorce Andrew right away. By the way, are you also trying to steal my family's property too? Oh my God. Bellatrix, I have nothing to hide. I've told Andrew everything. On the contrary, he even knew about my father's condition before I told him about that. Huh? What? Why? Well, at the hospital, my father asked him to take care of me. He also said we can do whatever we want with the house. He said we don't have to keep it forever. We can sell it or whatever. So me and Andrew thought about it and decided about what would be the best thing to do. We decided to give the house to the home care nurse who had kindly took care of my father for several years instead of us. But when we tried to give it to her as a gift, she refused. So we are renting it to her now with a term of 10 years. So after 10 years, that house will be mine. My son really did a great job. No, the agreement was that after 10 years, the house would belong to the home care nurse. She agreed to that. Oh no! Then that house, my dream, will be completely in someone else's hands? Please don't misunderstand me. I've told you many times, from the beginning, that house doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me. What I do with that is up to me. Andrew knows that. You think you are allowed to be so selfish even though you are my son's wife? With whose permission can you do such a thing? Divorce Andrew right away. I can't take it anymore. Bellatrix, please stop being so selfish. Were you even listening to what I told you? Besides, Andrew agreed to this decision. Listen to me carefully. I'm gonna say it to you one more time. I've already discussed with Andrew everything about renting that house to someone and giving it away after 10 years. That's because Andrew is just being nice to you that he can't even say what he wanted to say. He couldn't disobey you, so here we are, the evil wife. Are you trying to manipulate my son just like that? I'm on my way over there now. Call Andrew and tell him to come home. I can't wait even for one more minute. Call him? It's still noon. Andrew is at work right now. Don't be so selfish. I can't call him out for something like this. It will just interfere his work. It's too much trouble. If you can't, I'll call him. What a useless woman you are. You just don't want to call Andrew, right? That's not going to happen. Please don't do that. You really are annoying. Why are you bothering your own son? Huh? What did you say? I'm his mother, you know. I just want to let my son know since this is an important thing. Children listen to their parents. Gosh, Bellatrix, it's not important at all. It's not even life-threatening, is it? Please leave your son alone. In the first place, it's not an emergency, and you're calling Andrew. It will cause trouble for the company he works for. They'll just think that you are insane. You'll embarrass your son too. If he doesn't answer, I'll just go to his office. I have to talk to him quickly and kick you out of the house. Going to his office? I think it's useless. Andrew is not there. Well, I shouldn't tell you about this, but looks like I have no choice. He actually resigned from that company years ago. What? What do you mean? Years ago? Resigned? No way, that's impossible. Yes, you used to go to the company where Andrew worked 3 times a week. I heard that you went there to have lunch with him or to have dinner together after work. I heard that you didn't allow him to work overtime. That's why you were sitting at the entrance of the company, right? Hey, what's wrong with that? I wasn't interrupting his work. I just wanted to be together with my son. I have to look out for him. I need to make sure he's doing his job and not being bullied by his colleagues. If you were a parent, you'd do the same thing. You might think that it's the right thing to do, but for most people, that's crazy. Do you know his boss at work warned him about that a lot? Even if I told you in a roundabout way, you didn't listen to me. Everyone was laughing at Andrew and I felt sorry for him. I don't think you, who only cares about yourself, even noticed. That can't be true. Andrew didn't like me. His colleagues were laughing at him. It's just jealousy, isn't it? They envied him because his mother are taking a very good care of him. Do you really think so? Do you have any idea about how Andrew really feels? What about now? Andrew hasn't replied to your text, has he? Maybe he's not even reading it. I heard from Andrew that he's been reading all of your messages but didn't reply. Oh, but you were spying on him by checking the time when he read your messages. And I heard you even tried to secretly put a GPS on his phone. What? How did you find out about that? Because Andrew is working as a smartphone app developer right now. Oh no! He knows, so he'll turn off his phone when he rides the subway. That way, you won't know where his company is. How much trouble are you going to put your son through? He was lamenting that if he did a bad job of blocking incoming calls or something like that, you would even come to the house. But that's all over today. We're at our limit. What? What do you mean by that? We've decided to sell the money from renting the house and the things in my father's house and migrate. Migrate? Where? I didn't hear you talk about that. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you anyway. I don't want you to spy on us. Wait! Please don't take him away from me. He's all I have. I beg you. That's for Andrew to decide. It's not for me to say, but this environment is not good for you and Andrew. I don't want to. I don't want to leave him. We are meant to be together. I shudder just thinking about getting separated from my son. We've always hated what you've done to us, you know that? But we've been holding back for a long time. Andrew is kind, so he couldn't tell his precious mother about how he really feels. I know that too, so I've been trying to treat you nicely. But we were fed up with your selfish behavior, and we've had enough. You despise our daughter and keep demanding me to get a divorce every day. You even tried to sell my father's house without my permission. Do you think you are allowed to do whatever you want just because you're my mother-in-law? I don't think so. You are so selfish. I can't take it anymore. We're under a lot of stress because of you. I'm sorry I went too far, so give me a second chance. Give me a chance to apologize to Andrew. I need him. I told you, didn't I? Andrew is the one who's decided. Anyway, are you telling me that you'll only apologize to Andrew? You're the kind of person who never wavers until the end, aren't you? I'm sorry. Enough is enough. I have a plane to catch, so I gotta go. Thank you for your support. I won't contact you ever again. Goodbye. Please, wait! after moving to a new place and settling down, I received a call from my father-in-law. He said that his wife, who had been so aggressive, had become quiet and tended to stay at home without a trace. Whenever the phone rang, she would be excited since she thought that it's from her son, but then she would be disappointed since it wasn't. It seems that being separated from his son was the most difficult thing for her to endure. Rather than taking care of her son, she must have been completely dependent on him. My father-in-law has told me that he will take care of his wife. It may be a rough therapy, but we are not going to contact her so that she can properly reflect on what she has done. We then bought a house in a rural area with the money we gained from working hard so that our family of 3 could make a fresh start. We are busy working together, helping each other out, but right now, we are living our happiest life. And if one day my mother-in-law realizes her mistake, we may meet her again. However, it's not possible yet. Well, I don't plan to see her for now until she properly reflects on her mistakes. Hey, Kelly, how are you? I have something to tell you. Jenny, what on earth do you want? Whoa! Aren't you being too cold to your sister? You're mean. My sister? I don't want you to call us sisters. Don't tell me you forgot what happened 10 years ago. You acted like a good girl and tricked mom and dad that I pushed you down the stairs. And because of that lie, they kicked me out of the house without hearing my opinion. I was only a sophomore in high school. They have always loved you like crazy, but they shouldn't have done that to me. But I had worked so hard to make a living on my own, started my own modeling company, got married, and was finally ready to be happy. And then you took my husband and my daughter away from me a week ago and kicked me out of the apartment? Oh, did I do that kind of stuff? But Charlie chose me, just like mom and dad did. Nothing more. I'm prettier and more talented than you, so it's only natural that I was chosen, right? LOL. Chosen? You were chosen? Huh? Hey, I'm tired of you. That's why he was acting weird these days. I also thought it was strange that Marie's face looks so much like mine, even though she's my stepdaughter. He was saying some cheesy things about how we were destined to be together and that the faces happened to look alike. But it was you. You work for the company where he works. And you and Charlie used to date. And Marie was your child. Plus, you made mom and dad pay child support because you didn't want to. And you forced Charlie to take care of Marie all the time. He is pretty stupid to try to start over with someone like that. But how much more do you have to take from me? Even though you've become a stranger, do you really enjoy tormenting your own family that much? Well, even though once you were my sister and now a stranger to me, I feel sorry for you if you end up knowing nothing. So let me tell you, I have to be far superior compared to you. Huh? You used to be an ordinary person with nothing but a good face and body, but now you're a successful model, and you're the president of a company, and you're married to a handsome guy like Charlie. Plus, you are living an elegant life in a high-rise apartment without any inconvenience, aren't you? Seeing you like that, I got very frustrated. What's that? For such a reason? Is life all about winning or losing, superiority or inferiority? If you don't like me, then just leave me alone. The main reason I got into modeling was because I was kicked out of our house, and it was the only way I could earn money to survive on my own. I was desperate to start my own company so that I wouldn't have to depend on people like you, who are the worst kind of people. I didn't even want to see or have anything to do with you people anymore. How cocky! Just because you're a bit better? Get over yourself. You lost your husband and daughter. You should be more upset. Admit you lost. You are a low-class person than me. It's not right for you to be more arrogant than me. Why are you being so snippy? It's true that I was angry when I found out about Charlie's affair and that Marie was your own child. And you've been working with Charlie, mom, and dad to take Marie away from me. I was pretty depressed. I thought she was my sweet, true daughter. Oh, LOL. So you're just being stubborn. Then you should be more upset. You lost to me, and you'll always remain lower than me. But you know, it's rather refreshing to see that you're a real monster. I don't need a husband who cheats on me so easily, and I don't want a family that enjoys ruining her own blood sister's happiness. When I think of that, I can become calm naturally. I'm glad that I'm free. What the hell? That weird calmness really pisses me off. Go ahead and be pissed off, but that's how I feel right now. Besides, I was able to change because I was able to crawl up from that rock bottom in 10 years. I'm successful because I struggled from a young age. You might have wanted to kick me out when I was in high school and see me live the rest of my life at rock bottom. But if you think you can have everything in your way, you're wrong. What? But that's enough. There's nothing I can say to you, and it's a waste of my time to talk to you any longer. If you want him so badly, I'll give you the whole apartment, and you can be happy with the three of you and your parents. Bye. I'll do that even if you don't tell me. Don't act like you're fine. Hey, give me your modeling company. I'll take it. I'm sure I can run it better than a woman like you. Yes, excuse me, who are you? I'm in the middle of work. Don't put me to trouble. What? What are you talking about? I'm your sister. You blocked my number, so I had to change my number and reach you. And what the hell with that attitude? I'm the one who should be saying what the hell. And I don't have time to listen to a person who starts out by saying, give me your modeling company, as if you're robbing. Which means I'm blocking this number too. Bye. Hey, Kelly, do you think you're in a position to refuse? I don't know what's going to happen to your office. Huh? What do you mean? The owner of your office building is Charlie's relative, right? Yes, that's right. So, what are you going to do this time? How can you come up with one harassment after another? Well, you can only act cool only for now. You'll be surprised when you hear this. Charlie did us a favor and asked his relatives to cancel the lease. Now, your company is going to disappear. What? I haven't received any such notice. Well, don't worry. It won't be anytime soon. Next month is the renewal month, right? So they're going to ask you to move out at that time. Are you kidding me? Why should I face to that kind of problem? How much more do you have to take from me? He doesn't want to see your face anymore. Well, I'm still your ex-sister, so I did stop him, LOL. But he insisted, so I had no choice, LOL. So obvious. I'm sure you agreed to it with them anyway. That's enough. If Charlie is just as brainwashed by you as everyone else is, then it can't be helped. But even if you suddenly ask me to leave, I can't. Right. I'm a merciful person, so I negotiated for your sake, you know. Be thankful for your kind sister. Negotiate? Of what? I'm saying, negotiating that if you give me your company, I'll let you keep the office. Huh? That way, you won't have to move. As long as you leave, everything will work out. I'll take your whole company. What do you say? You must be so frustrated. How much more do you have to make fun of me? You just can't hand over your company to others and say, here you are. Besides, the models and the employees won't be satisfied with such an arrogant way. Huh? Are you trying to say that it is your achievement that the company has been able to survive until today? Of course not. You're just an ordinary lady with a better face. Besides, this is the result of your mediocrity and lack of popularity. So why don't you just give it to me and I'll protect your models and your employees? If the lease contract is terminated and the office disappears, everyone will be out on the street. If that happens, everyone will hate you and they will demand compensation or something. You're always ready to talk back, huh? That's enough. If you want this company, then it's all yours. What? You're going to give it away that easily? You won't listen to me. We can't even have a conversation. In exchange, I can keep the office as it is, right? You know what I'm talking about. Well then, I'll leave it to you. I really wanted to see you more frustrated though, LOL. I'll forgive you if you say you'll give me the company. Don't worry. I'll make the company even bigger than it is now. I'm sure Charlie, Mom, and Dad will be very happy. Well, good luck with that. Now don't ever get involved with me again. Now I'm in a completely superior position than you. I feel so much better now. It's absolutely ridiculous to have a person like you as the president and a successful person. Now the world is finally back to its right place. Yeah, you can say that all you want for the rest of your life. Well then, I'll leave after I finish up the paperwork. Okay, gotcha. Kelly! Kelly! Kelly, you noticed, right? Answer me! Shut up. What is it this time? What's going on with your company? As soon as I took over as president, most of the models and employees disappeared. There were more when I went to visit last time. Why are they gone so suddenly? Why? Because they all quit and came to my place. Huh? What do you mean? I explained to the models and employees everything that had happened up to this point when I handed over the company to you. Also, I told them that I would start a new company. They had to choose whether they wanted to stay with your company or follow me. That's headhunting! That's unacceptable! Give me back the power of my company! The power? The models? The employees? It's not like they're items. I mean, why aren't you here? What? I thought you had something important to do today. Something important? You have a meeting with Scott, the executive director, right? I didn't want to see you anymore either, but there is unavoidable circumstance, so I'm here too. Get here ASAP. You're already an hour late. He's very furious. What? Why are you with him? I mean, how did you know I have a meeting? I just talked to him directly about everything that's been going on. Does that mean you told him everything? That I've started to work as the president of your company as a side job? A side business? I didn't know that, LOL. The place you're working now, to be precise, it's a prestigious entertainment-related company that your parents were bragging a lot. I heard they don't allow side jobs. I just checked with Scott. If you're going to start over as the president of a new company, you should be ready for the new position. You were going to become president of another company without making any arrangements with your current employer? Give me a break. No, because the CEO is someone who sits in a chair and tells the employees what to do, which means someone who has time would do it, right? And I'm good at what I do, and I think I can do it while working at my current company. The frog in the well knows nothing of the great ocean. Huh? Even if you're not smart, you know this, right? Reality is not as kind as you think. Being a CEO is not just sitting in a chair in the office. There are many greetings and conferences too. I don't mind admitting that you got a job at a great company and are still able to work there. But how could you decide to be a CEO as a side job with such a naive idea? Oh no, but I actually have a lot of free time. I've been sitting in my chair most of the time since I became the president. Well, of course. I'm taking over everything that's been going on at that company. There's nothing for you to do. What? Why would you do that? Oh, yeah, of course. I told my business partners about it. I guess it's about time you start getting a flood of calls for the cancellation. You're going to be busy even if you don't want to be. I'm glad you're finally working like a boss. Then what am I supposed to do now? If I don't do something, this company will go bankrupt. And the apartment is already behind in its payments. Mom and Dad say they don't have any more money. That's none of my business. You're good at what you do, aren't you? Why don't you just use your brilliance to do something about it? You said you can run a company better than me, so show me how you do it, LOL. If you can't do it, why don't you cry to Charlie and your parents who love you and ask them to do something about it? I can't help you because I'm just an ordinary person with nothing but a good face and style. Oh no, it wasn't supposed to be like this. It's like I'm being set up by you. I was going to be the president and make lots of money with a cushy job? Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, Scott has become really mad at you. He's saying he doesn't want to waste his time on people like you. Oh, please? Can't you just say something reasonable? My phone started ringing like crazy. I can't come. What? You sure? If you don't show up, the company will sue you. You and Charlie too. Get sued? Why would they do that?
Charlie is the general manager of your company, right? Scott already knew that Charlie was using his privilege and his family connections to embezzle company expenses to have an affair with you. He called you to give you one last chance. No! What the hell is going on?
Right after you left me and remarried to Charlie, there was a tip-off while you were enjoying a happy-go-lucky honeymoon in Hawaii. I heard that it has become a problem. So if you don't come here today and explain, they're going to file for embezzlement and abuse of authority to the police. No kidding! Then why are you there? Because we used to be business partners. When I went to tell him that the president had been replaced and that I was starting a new company, the president's name was your name. So he asked me what happened. I told him everything that had happened. What? Also, I heard that there's been quite a problem with the fact that people from your own company doing things like blackmailing with the help from relatives. Scott wants to hear your story, including that. Oh, but he says he's going to call the police because you're too late. No way! Wait a minute! All right, I'll be right there. Please don't call the police. Coming this far, you're hopeless, you know. Please, help me! If I lose my company, my job, and everything, also Charlie, Marie, Mom, and Dad will all end up in the street. Hey, we're family. We're a family, so let's help each other. A family? We're already over since that day 10 years ago, aren't we? And I'm just an ordinary person with a good face and body who should be lower than you. So you don't want to be saved by someone like that, do you? Well, I feel sorry for Marie, but for her sake, the four of you should get along and live to atone for your sins. Wait, sis! I understand. I admit everything that I did wrong. I'll apologize to Charlie, Mom, and Dad, even if I have to roll my head and get down on my knees. I'm so sorry. I'll return the company and I'll do anything. So please. Sis, when was the last time you called me that? Then, can you help me, your poor sister? No, LOL. It's too late. Even if you could return the company, whatever you two make up for it, it's not that easy to get back the time and trust you lost, you know? You should have learned that before you tried to be a CEO. Bye. An hour after I turned off my phone, Jenny finally showed up at my place. However, because she admitted to a number of illegal actions, such as using expenses, threatening me, and thereby becoming the president of the company, I heard that she was taken away by police who were waiting on the spot, and Charlie was arrested and taken away by another police who went to his apartment. And I received an apology and a request to get back together from my former parents who had learned the truth of the matter, but they were arrogant and used Marie as an excuse. So, I quickly blocked them, telling them that it was their decision and that they should solve it by themselves. I'm going to work hard toward my dream with my team who believe in me at my newly established company.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!